All right, Mom. So this week's bonus video is less informational and a little more personal. I want to just talk to you briefly about losing the baby weight, so to say. So as a trainer, a lot of women come to me specifically to lose weight, to tone up, to get fit, and that's great. That's fine. I totally support that, and that's what I'm here for in their life. But I do want to mention that our culture and society is a little over-obsessive when it comes to numbers and when it comes to weight. And weight can't even tell you that much about health in a lot of ways. Weight is just a measure of a force, to be honest. So, that being said, I want to say, if you've had your baby and it's 2 to 3 months out now and you're doing this program and you're starting to think, I want to start losing the baby weight, I think that's fine. I just encourage every person to question where that motive comes from. It's fine to have goals. I have my own physical goals, and it's fine to try and achieve them as long as you know the purpose behind those goals, because they can either be ones that are really great and building for you as a person, or they can be ones that will keep you trapped in this loop of trying to be something that you aren't in the current state. And it can be really discouraging, especially as a mom who's pouring herself out for little ones all day. So that being said, where is this motivation coming from? Is it just a message that social media or our society has given you that you need to be a certain weight or a certain size to have value? If that's so, I really encourage you to silence those voices and start looking into where your real value and worth come from. I have struggled with this personally, so I know how hard it is. I remember after my first, just feeling so lost on who I was as a person, because I was really just rediscovering me as a mom, discovering me as a mom for the first time. And I tried to seek my identity in those old things I used to have, such as how I looked or how I felt when I did certain activities. And it was really difficult. And I realized that I needed to look a little deeper. So that's what I encourage you all to do. And ask yourself, the underlying root is, what do I need? What am I getting out of this? If losing weight is really important to you, why? What is it you're looking for? Do you just feel like you're a little heavy and you want more comfort? And you want to feel more comfortable in your skin? I get that. I totally do. Let's go about it a healthy way. So a few tips on that then, if it is you're feeling okay about pursuing this, is I would wait until baby isn't nursing as much. When you're nursing, you need to be really focusing on getting enough food to produce milk, and you need to be eating healthy food, and you need to be hydrating. And thinking about losing weight should not be something you're overly focused on. And in your exercise routine, it's not something that should be a goal, because then you can enter into that danger zone of putting yourself at risk, partly with those loose joints and muscles that we talked about that come with nursing, but also partly just with how hard your body's already working to provide food for baby. So when you're nursing a lot, like those first 6 months, I would not overly focus on losing weight at all. Just let your body heal, let your body rehab, and focus on eating healthy and getting some movement in and rehabbing. So after that 6-month mark, I think it's fine to start trying to intentionally lose weight. The way I encourage my clients to is to add a little bit of intervals into their cardio. So I talked about that in the cardio section. Get that heart rate up. Don't go overboard, but get that heart rate up. Get some maybe intervals, circuit training where you're moving from exercises quickly and that heart rate's staying elevated. Doing that a couple times a week is really great. Weight training, continuing to progress in that. The more you can have more muscle mass, the more your metabolism will be raised naturally. So you'll not only be stronger, but you'll have a higher metabolism at resting if you have more muscle mass and less fatty tissue. You still need fatty tissue as a woman, so it's not a bad thing, but having more muscle mass is also really helpful. And then on the nutrition side of it, really focusing on eating well-rounded, healthy meals and eating whole foods is really helpful too. Sometimes they take a little longer to prepare, so as a mom, it can take some intention and planning to have that ready for you and your family. But having whole foods available and around will keep your cravings in check, will help you feel healthier, help your blood glucose. It'll just help you in so many ways. And you're getting a lot of the nutrients and vitamins your body needs to heal and to be a mom. Another thing that I've done with groups of clients in these online programs is I've done challenges around the 6-month mark. Usually that's when moms are doing my Mom Core Challenge. And in the Mom Core Challenge, sometimes I'll add in, let's do a nutrition challenge. And things that I like to do are, let's focus on getting a healthy breakfast every day this week. That let's list out what our healthy breakfasts are, and we'll all give an idea. Whole grain, oatmeal, steel cut oatmeal, almond milk with cinnamon, or eggs and turkey sausage, something like that, where there's not a ton of fat, but a little bit of healthy fats, protein, whole grains, fibers, those kind of things. Another things I like to add into the challenge, and these are just ideas for you to start with little steps, start with one thing at a time and let them accumulate. Focus on getting all your water in for the day, getting your 64 plus ounces of water in for the day. Cutting alcohol out for a period of time, fasting from alcohol, fasting from sugar, cutting sugar out, or refined sugar. It doesn't have to be a long time, but just, 30 days, 40 days of, I'm just not going to eat sweets, I'm not going to eat sugar. I think it's really, really helpful to reset the body and reset the mind and just help with that weight loss. It really can help jumpstart it. You're not depraving yourself of calories, you're not depraving yourself of nutrition, but you're maybe just cutting out some of the extra stuff just for a period, not excessively, but also not overindulging, and just kind of resetting things. I think this is a great way to avoid those strict diets where you're expected to adhere to a really specific strict diet for a long period of time, which is unrealistic, and that's where a lot of clients fall off the wagon. Instead, it's just a short period of time, and it's a reset. It's what's another word? Cleanse. A lot of people say it's a cleanse. And it's a way just to give yourself a good start to a healthy diet and a healthy exercise routine. So those are my tips for losing the baby weight. I will mention some women find when they nurse the baby weight comes off pretty easily because they're using a lot more energy, they're expending calories. Some women don't. Some women's hormones changes and their body holds on to fat for whatever reason when they're nursing. So it just depends on the individual. Don't compare yourself to the woman next to you, because what she's experiencing will be very different to you based on genetics, based on hormone levels, based on a lot of things. Also, sleeping is really an important part of weight loss. You wouldn't think it, but when you sleep and when you are resting, not only is your body healing, but you are resetting your sympathetic system and your parasympathetic system. So you are just getting this nice reset in your body, and it's kind of calming down. And stress makes the body hold on to fat. It really does. And stress also makes it hard to listen to true hunger cues instead of just cravings for a lot of people. So if you are able to reset that and able to get some rest, you will find that weight loss is easier and your motivation is higher. And you're not just kind of in survival mode. And what happens when we're tired is a lot of times we'll crave sugary carbs because our body just wants that quick energy, which is what sugary carbs give us, those easy carbohydrates. But you want the complex carbohydrates, the ones that are slower energy, and protein and healthy fats. That's going to be the kind of energy that's going to be more substantial through the day and not be a huge spike and then a huge drop in your blood sugar. So even if you're having those cravings, try not to give in to them, but get some rest. Maybe your body's saying you need a nap or you need to lay down for a 20-minute, reset or recharge instead of giving in to that handful of chocolate, which I know is so tempting. So I just wanted to mention those few things that are also helpful for losing the baby weight. Feel free to ask me about questions. I do think overall it's healthy for you to understand that you have a new body now. Going back to the way your body used to look isn't really a priority in this season. You really should just be understanding what your new body needs and meeting it where it's at and loving it for what it is. Honor and respect it with the way you treat it. Don't punish it with exercise and punish it with diet. Instead, respect it, nourish it with nourishment, with proper nutrition, and honor it with wonderful exercise that gives it strength and healing and mobility and just feels so good overall. So that's my mantra. I hope it hit home for some of you, and I hope it's helpful, and I hope it just frees you from those unrealistic expectations people place on moms and on women these days, which are just not healthy. You are beautiful. You carried a baby. I am so proud of you for everything you've been through. Women are pretty incredible, what we can do. All right, moms, I will see you next week for our last week.